This is Tom Fox. I would like to welcome you to a 5-part podcast series, Smart Automation for Risk Management, sponsored by LexTegrity. In this podcast series, I will be visiting with Parth Chanda, founder and CEO, president of LexTegrity, Indy Miller, chief analytic officer at LexTegrity, and Kara Bonatatabas, head of product at LexTegrity. Over the series, we will look at the LexTegrity project suite, take a deep dive into continuous risk monitoring, consider pre-approvals and third-party due diligence, and integrations and the user experience. In a special bonus episode, Chanda and I will discuss the Integrity Analytics Collective initiative started by LexTegrity. In this episode 4, I visit with Kara Bonatatabas as we discuss pre-approvals and third parties using the LexTegrity platform and the LexTegrity solution. I know you will enjoy it. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox, back for our 5th and final episode with folks at LexTegrity on an exploration of not only their products, their solution, but what I think is the future of the intersection of technology and compliance. Today, I have back with me Kara Bonatatabas, and we're going to look at integrations and user experience. Kara, first of all, welcome back, and thank you for taking the time to visit with me again.
Thanks, Tom. Great to be back.
Kara, back in episode 1, Parth described integrations as a key component of service offerings. As a lawyer, I find, and as a former GC and CCO type, that was something that really didn't cross my mind too much. But because we were in the legal department, so why did we need to integrate with anyone else? But that is critically important in 2020 or 2021 now, and far beyond. So I was wondering if we might start with, how do the LexTegrity products integrate or even break across the data silos that might exist in a corporation?
Absolutely. And to your point, we recognized that this is critically important, and one of the reasons that it is the third pillar of our company mission. So if you'll remember, we want to make software solutions that are intuitive, data-driven, and the third one being integrated. So we offer various integrations. In our pre-approval application, some of our core integrations include HR systems, which we use to support approval logic. So, for example, routing requests to an immediate manager throughout our workflow. We also have a pre-built integration with Refinitiv and their WorldCheck database of sanctions, PEP, state-owned entity, and adverse media information. We can embed and automate screening directly into any of our workflows. So throughout our third-party due diligence application, but also for recipients of gifts and hospitality and donations and other recipients of our other workflows. What that means is a compliance approver doesn't have to go outside of our system to run a screening, download the PDF, upload it to our system to have everything all in one place. So dare I say, everything is integrated. It's automated and managed seamlessly within our application. For our life sciences companies, we also have integrations with some of the large master data sources, such as Veeva and IQVIA's OneKey. So that enables those customer users to be able to search directly from a database of millions of healthcare professionals globally. For our due diligence application, in addition to also leveraging the HR system integrations that we have, as well as Refinitiv, we also integrate with systems like ERPs for customer and vendor master data information, and we can integrate with procurement systems such as Ariba. Again, trying to break down those silos and really, make it a true end-to-end process. In our monitoring application, we work with various ERPs today, such as SAP and Oracle. We have integrations with T&E systems such as Concur. And for our life sciences customers, we have integrations with transparency systems such as Metaspend and Alanda. And then finally, we have our own integrations with public source databases like OFAC and the U.S. Open Payments Database, which includes the Sunshine Act data for healthcare professional payments. So we have a pretty varied tool set that we can offer our customers with respect to integrations.
Carol, Xtegrity is at the forefront of what I consider the future of risk management, certainly in the anti-corruption compliance space, but I'm going to deign to say it's actually the risk management space. I see this as a much broader application in using data to manage risk over the life cycle of a wide variety of different projects, issues, geographic regions. You can slice and dice it in many ways. But for me, the key is, one, it's integrated, but two, is there anything else that you believe makes the Xtegrity solution so unique?
Yeah, I want to come back to something that both Parth and Andy mentioned, and which you mentioned, which touches a little bit and expands on the concept of how integrated our solution is. So I want to come back and talk a little bit more about how truly end-to-end our solution is for some of our customers. So we have customers who are using our system to, they're starting with our pre-approval system, our due diligence. So they're using our system to approve payments or third parties, and then we can use that information in our monitoring solution. So if we take an example for a payment request, let's say a sponsorship, our monitoring solution can then validate whether the payment amount matches what was in the pre-approval request and the approved amount. And it can also validate that the payee hasn't changed. In the third-party space, we can take third parties that have been determined to be high risk in due diligence phase and place additional weight on their transactions in the monitoring solution. Maybe more interestingly, we can also validate if a quote-unquote low-risk supplier, for example, your paper supplier, is actually exhibiting payment patterns or activity that suggests either it's not truly a paper supplier, or it was misclassified, or something else, maybe more nefarious or abnormal is happening. So to me, that's really powerful. And, to put a finer point on what you said at the beginning of this, is to really make this truly end-to-end and break down those silos. It's hard to encapsulate in a pithy statement what makes our solution special, but we feel like we've taken a vision that is at the forefront of risk management, as you described, and have really executed it in an elegant solution. It has data at its core. It's highly intuitive for users. It integrates with multiple systems. We have currently 100% customer retention, and we have customers that range from 80 employees to customers that range to 150,000 employees. So we think that speaks to the fact that we're really solving perennial problems in an out-of-the-box way, and it's what makes it, from my perspective, so special and, again, rewarding to work for this company.
Well, I think it's pithy when you say you've taken a vision to develop an elegant solution. So I'm going to run with that one.
Thank you.
Well, let me ask you to go look into that veiled land of the future and ask if you could tell us a little bit about what the future might hold for Xtegrity, at least in y'all's imagination. And then what are your priorities going forward?
Absolutely. Happy to talk about that. Very excited to talk about some of our future state vision and priorities. So we are focused on continuing to prioritize our integrations across our entire product suite to really continue to evolve that end-to-end solution and continue to break down those silos of managing spend risk and risk in general. We also are looking to evolve our existing products. I think Andy spoke in an earlier episode about how we are wanting to continue to expand the library of analyses that we have in our monitoring solution. We also want to continue to expand some of the analytics that we have embedded in our workflow technology, so both from a pre-approval and due diligence perspective. And then finally, hopefully to the delight of our customers, we want to have more and more powerful reporting and analytics and visualizations across all of our products. great visualizations really are as much of an art as they are a science. But we think that they're a really powerful tool and something, that we haven't seen with respect to our competitors or the solutions that are out there on the marketplace. So a lot more to come from LexTegrity. We really encourage compliance professionals to reach out to us to understand more about the art of the possible. We want compliance professionals to also think of our products as a roadmap. Everything is modular. So we have some customers who just have pre-approval, and we have customers who have all three of our products within our product suite. So you can really start on your LexTegrity journey wherever it's most helpful and beneficial to you. And we would love to work with companies to take their compliance programs to the next level.
I can't think of a better way to end this episode. So I wanted to thank you, but I also wanted to ask if any of our listeners wanted additional information on either the topics we've touched upon in this podcast or yourself. Where can they go?
Absolutely. So you can learn more about LexTegrity and our great products at lextegrity.com. And you can reach out to me directly at kbonatatabus@LexTegrity, or you can find me on LinkedIn.
Kara, thanks so much. I look forward to continuing the conversation.
Great. Thanks so much, Tom.
Please join us in our next episode where Kara rejoins us to discuss pre-approvals and third-party due diligence. You can learn more about LexTegrity by checking out their website, www.lextegrity.com. I hope you'll join us again for our next episode in this multi-part podcast series, Smart Automation for Risk Management, sponsored by Integrity. This special podcast series is a special production of the Compliance Podcast Network. Thanks so much for listening, and look forward to visiting with you again.